Hi guys, so today's video is going to be a little bit different. I wanted to talk a bit about how a year away from cubing, and more specifically speed cubing, has affected my times and algorithms, and talk to you about what it's been like to try and relearn a lot of the stuff over the past month or two. So yeah, let's go back to where I was before I stopped. Now I think so. I was getting back to near my best, which was under. I had about 5 under 20 solves, including an 18, I believe, and my average was down to 23s at best, and definitely under 25. Now, when I first came back, I was doing 40-second solves. That would be a good one. I didn't time myself for a long time, but when I did start, it was 35 to 40-second solves, which is quite a jump. But the main difference I found was the amount of algorithms I'd forgotten, specifically PLLs. And how much worse my F2L recognition had got. Now, F2L look ahead has always been my main problem in my solves. My turning speed isn't the best. I think my cross is pretty good, and my final layer is generally quite good, but I could do with learning a couple new OLLs. But the F2L look ahead has always been my problem, and it got a lot worse over this time. So what I was doing to try and remember this stuff was just solving over and over again. There were literally no algorithms that I looked up that I'd forgotten. Every single one of them came back to me in muscle memory. I'd just be going through, and the more solves I did, the more algorithms that came back to me. Honestly, it was a little bit weird because there were algorithms which, when I'd come up against it at one solve, I'd have no idea, and then my muscle memory would kick in the next time I came across it, and I'd just do it straight away, and then it wouldn't really be a problem. It would be back in my memory, and I had no problem. Now, it's worth noting that due to doing these algorithms over so many years, I couldn't tell you them. I couldn't write them down at all. Like the T perm is probably my fastest algorithm. That or the Y perm, which I think is the same for most people. But I couldn't tell you what those moves are for sure. That's what muscle memory is, and that's why I didn't want to look it up. I wanted it to come back to me naturally. Now the cross, I could always get maybe 3 done in the inspection. I could see what my moves would be to get 3 in, and then I'd have to improvise the final one. And I could do it. I'd like to always try and do that in under 6 seconds, preferably a lot less. Now when I came back, I struggled to see 3 on the look ahead, and if I found an easy 2, I'd go ahead with that and then improvise from there. Before I stopped, I was getting close to being able to do all 4. Okay, so let's try an example. I'm not claiming to be the best at this by any means. I just want to show you my thought process of how I go through the cross. Now we got green already in with the white, so I can work on opposites, seeing as that's already there, and the red's already in its opposite. So what I would do here is move these 2 out of the way to the side, bring that down, and then get these 2 in here, and then move the bottom layer twice. So doing that slowly, I'd move that out of the way, that in there. This is quite a nice one when they're opposite each other, because you just move one down, keep that one there, move that one down, then that's in line with there. And then they're all in with their opposites. I just turn the bottom layer twice. So that is one where I could do all 4, but when I first came back, I wouldn't have been able to see that at all. Now F12, I already said the main problem is look ahead. I always used to, and still do, panic when, especially on the first one, after a good cross, because I'll just not be able to find a pair, or definitely not be able to find the easiest pair. For example, I can see this pair here. Before I would have just, when I first came back, I would have just picked this corner and gone to find it over here, which might be better, but I try and keep the cube in the same place and work from that. In terms of the final layer, it was just really the algorithms. I can't say that my recognition got much worse. So how has this affected my times? Well, I've done an average of 12, which I'll flash up on the screen now. But to give you the times, my average was a 29.84. Now I'm actually quite happy that's under 30. I've been hovering around 30. I've done 3 or 4 of these, and the spread wasn't too bad. My best was a 25.49, which is pretty good. It wasn't a lucky solve, so I'm happy that my lowest is getting back towards the 25s. And my worst time was a 32.96. So that's to be expected. The times are coming down, but a year off has cost me, I reckon, about 5 to 8 seconds. Now, obviously that depends on what your times are originally, but in terms of percentage, I think I'm about 30% slower now. So if you're looking at getting back into speed solving, obviously this will change for each person, but I would say that you're looking about a 30% decrease in your time after a few weeks of starting up again. It'll be much more to begin with, but that should tumble quite fast, so don't be disheartened straight away. Okay, that's it from me today. So as always, please like, subscribe, and happy cubing.